I don't want to touch off a huge controversy, and I know that there is some controversy surrounding this movie, but I've always been a huge fan of Woody Allen, and my very favorite Woody Allen movie by far is Manhattan. I could watch that every day for a week. Manhattan, definitely. Declarations or declarations. I'm not sure exactly how he wants that pronounced, but he asked, what did he ask? He wanted to know, what was it about the Nerdfighter community that drew me in? Initially, it was probably John. I would have to give credit to John Green as an author and being an English teacher. Having a student encouraged me to follow John and get to know John better, and probably suggested I look him up on YouTube. But that was not really what drew me into the community nearly so much as Hank. And of the two brothers, yeah, I'm clearly in the Hank camp. Much as I love John and admire him greatly, not just as an author, where I think he's brilliant, or as a human being, where I think he's extremely admirable and a wonderful example for my kids and for myself, and I admire him. But it is Hank who is my true hero and spirit animal, as it were. It is his unquenchable optimism and faith in humanity and community and decency and our ability as human beings to find answers to our biggest problems that I really, really connect with and feel an affinity for. So it's probably been that. It's Hank's optimism and his faith in humanity and community, and his delight in fun. It's his ability not to take himself or anything else too seriously. All those things about Hank drew me in and keep me engaged and wrapped to being a part of this wonderful, wonderful Nerdfighter community. Although, a very huge part of the reason why Manhattan is one of my favorite movies is Mariel Hemingway. And if you're thinking Mariel Hemingway, and I'm a runner, personal best, I could watch that 7 days in a row. That would be all right. I could deal with that. Personal best, yeah, personal best, that's what it is. Ken Romanek asked, what got me hooked on YouTube? For me, the Vlogbrothers came first, and then that drew me into YouTube rather than being familiar with YouTube and then finding or discovering the Vlogbrothers. But it was more than just the Vlogbrothers that made me want to become involved, to make me crazy enough to start my own channel. It was after you start to watch a lot of channels, you notice a few things about what tends to be popular, what tends to be common, what is accepted as the norm. And one thing you recognize pretty quickly is that it's a very young world, and that is exciting and interesting and fascinating, but kind of depressing if you are not a part of that generation. And it kind of bothered me, and sometimes I feel like as much as old people disregard young people in too many cases and don't respect them and don't see them for all their worth, which is immense, sometimes younger people can also disregard and ignore the fact that maybe once in a while people past the age of 22 still have something to say and might have something worthwhile to contribute to their lives, even if they don't have good hair that they once had and they don't have a British accent. So I wanted to get involved, partially to address that, partially just because it looked fun, and partially to encourage my peers who tend to spend way too many hours watching the same old television that they have watched for 20 or 30 or 40 or more years, to encourage them to consider the fact that maybe they could look at something new in what young people were doing and saying, and maybe discover something new in themselves and in each other, in our generations, in what we still have to offer. I have not started a great parade of elderly YouTubers, which maybe is a really good thing, but not a lot of my peers have joined me. I don't know, maybe I'm banging my head against the wall, but I have a good time doing it, so I'm stuck here for a while. As long as YouTube can still maintain the access, what a remarkable miracle of communication and way of connecting people and communities from around the world. When I just look at my audience, the people that watch this, and I think of where they come from, if that doesn't blow your mind, then you don't have a mind to be blown. So yeah, that drew me in and keeps me coming back, both watching and trying to produce. One movie 7 times. Braveheart. Yeah, let's watch Braveheart every day for a week. You, me, we'll get some pizza. That'll be fun.